How's it going? My name is TJP and welcome back to another MLB The Show 22 franchise rebuild. Now in today's rebuild we got the first NL West team and it is going to be the Arizona Diamondbacks. So if you guys are enjoying the content, leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And let me know down in the comments below some more video ideas. Check my social down in the description. Playlist down below containing other MLB The Show 22 franchise rebuilding content. And if you like my content, check my channel, TJP. And yeah, these are meant to be fun rebuilds, so there might be some moves that may not be too realistic. So, just an FYI in case you guys were curious. But with that being all said, let's get on to the gameplay. Locked and loaded into MLB The Show 22 franchise. So, let's take a look at the lines here. It's got Josh Rojas, Pavin Smith, Ketel Marte, Seth Beer, David Peralta, Christian Walker, Dalton Varsho, Sergio Alcantara, and then Carson Kelly behind the plate with Nick Ahmed, Jose Herrera, Jordan Luplo's here, Jake McCarthy. So, I'm kind of just looking at the team, and there's definitely some moves that we can make to improve this team. Definitely look to improve the outfield, our shortstop, our third base, our catcher, our pitching, our first base. So we got a lot of moves to make, but that's that. But here's Gallen. So we got Zach Gallen. He's gonna be pretty much, hopefully the ace of the squad. He'll be one of our pitchers. We got Mad Baumgartner, we got Merrill Kelly, Luke Weaver, and Caleb Smith. Got Zach Davies in the bullpen. Castellanos with Corbin Martin, Frias, got Edwin in the bullpen, and then we got Ian Kennedy. Ian Kennedy, look at this. Ian Kennedy, he's a relief pitcher now. Mark Melanson's our closer. We got J.B. Wendelken as a setup. No Ramirez. There's some decent pitchers, but I definitely think that might be an area you also might want to improve on. But let's see if we can make a couple trades here, though, now, to try to make this team a little bit better for this upcoming season. But I don't know if we're going to make the postseason this year, but at the very least we can kind of build towards that for next season. So let's see if we make a couple trades now, maybe even one at the All-Star break, and I'll see you guys when I have a trade. So the first round trade I'm going to make with this is going to be the Marlins. So we're going to trade for Garrett Cooper. We're going to give up Oliver Perez, Keon Kela, and Humberto Mejia. So Perez and Kela, for some reason, are not in the majors, and honestly, they're on one-year deals. And yeah, I don't really think I'm going to need them anyway. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to just build out the rest of the team. So having Garrett Cooper for the season at first base should be a little bit of an upgrade there. So that's the first trade we're going to make. All right, this second trade I'm going to do, I'm going to do this with the Phillies. We're going to get Kyle Schwarber for Grayson Griner, Jordan Lawler, and Braden Bishop. Now, I know Jordan Lawler is a pretty solid prospect, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make the MLB in the next few seasons. So getting him for Kyle Schwarber, who I think is usually pretty good in the simulations, should definitely be a nice bat to have in the lineup, along, I guess, with David Peralta. So he might be like a DH or something. So that's our second trade. I want to try to make one more trade right now, and then we'll probably start simulating. All right, I'm going to do this final trade with the Mariners. So we're going to pick up Robbie Ray to add to the rotation for Cooper Hummel, Yanni Hernandez, and Ryan Mezinger. So, I accidentally exited out of that trade, but that is going to be the last trade we do make, so I'm going to just put that back up there. So, yeah, Robbie Ray for, I don't even remember what it was, but yeah, we're going to make that trade. Cooper Hummel, Yanni Hernandez, and then it was Ryan Mezinger. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that's going to be the final trade that we're going to make for now. So, definitely slightly improved the team, but still probably not enough to make the postseason. So we're just going to simulate, though, the season, see how we do. Maybe make another move at the All-Star break, and then just get on a free agency. So let's just simulate and see how we are. We're going to do this trade with the Rays. So we're going to pick up Greg Jones, who's 24 years old, potential prospect, and Jordan Luplow. We're going to trade him to the Rays, who's not really having a great season, and he has also missed some time. So we're going to do that trade. All-Star week is upon us, and we're currently sitting at 42-55, so pretty much not going to make the postseason. We do have nobody in the majors that has an injury, but just taking a look at the lineup, so Rojas, Defoe, who hasn't played much, went with Defoe, but okay, interesting stuff. Ketel Marte, obviously, he's really good. So yeah, Marte's really good. Schwarber's doing okay, a little bit better, though. Garrett Cooper's had a great season so far. We have Dominic Canzoni in right field. I don't even know if he's real or not. Dalton Varsho is struggling. So we're going to have to adjust our outfield. In the offseason, Kirk Kelly, doing fine for a catcher. Nick Ahmed, okay. All right, it's not terrible. Not too bad. David Peralta, he could be doing a little bit better. I feel like he's having a really bad season. Del Castillo, Seth Beer, Buddy Kennedy. Yeah, we're gonna have to add some. We're gonna have to add some help in the offseason with our lineup. But in terms of our pitching, I mean, Zach Allen and Robbie Ray, besides the record, especially Robbie Ray, who's been amazing. Zach Allen, he's 5-9. He could be doing a little bit better, but he's having a decent season. He probably just has a lot of run support. Robbie Ray, he's been great. Bumgarner has had a pretty solid season. And Merrill Kelly, he's been and then Caleb Smith has been Luke Weaver, he's now in the bullpen. He's done pretty good. Zach Davies hasn't really done that well. Jacob Webb's struggling, but Ian Kennedy, Davinsky have been pretty good. Wendelken's been okay. Could be better. Marco Lance has been good. And then we got Noah Ramirez as our closer. So, interesting stuff there. But I'm going to see if there's a potential trade we can make now. Just for the future going forward. But if I don't make a trade, I'm just going to simulate to the end of the season. I'll see you guys once I'm there. Alright, I'm just going to do this offer with the Padres shit up. So I'm just going to trade away David Peralta to the Padres for Dinelson Lamet. Yeah, that'll hop out with the bullpen. So let's just see if Dinelson Lamet's even having a good season. He's kind of struggling, but he does arbitration, so maybe he'll pick it up next season. Maybe he can help us out. Who knows? We'll see. But either way, that's the only move we're going to make, so I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So we are 73-89 to end the season. Obviously, that is not enough to make the postseason, so that's okay. I mean, I wasn't really expecting to make the postseason this year. So yeah, 73-89. I guess we had an award. Nick Ahmed made the I gotta go gloves. That's good to see. And then for the most part, really, Carson Kelly got hurt, so that's annoying. In terms of our lineups, kind of just curious to see how everybody did. Rojas, could be, was okay. Could be better. So I guess Geraldo Perdomo is up in the pros. Okay, interesting stuff there. Marte had a nice season. Schwarber just a little on the average, but pretty decent for the most part. Garrett Cooper had a nice year. Wilmer Defoe ended the season on fire. We got this guy Smith and Wright. Got Varsho, who didn't really have a good season. Del Castillo, I guess he's our catcher now. Buddy kind of didn't see it on fire. Just look at the rest of the stats. Okay, nothing incredible here. But for the most part, yeah, we're going to have to make some moves to improve our offense. And yeah, Zach Allen, 6-15 is pretty bad. But, he's on a pretty bad team. So hopefully next season will be a lot better. Robbie Ray had a great season, but again, just not on a good team. So that it's probably, part of the reason that he is pretty bad, I guess when he was in Arizona before, he was pretty good, but for the most part, some seasons were better than others. Bumgarner, pretty solid year. Luke Weaver had a really nice, pretty good year. And Merrill Kelly kind of struggled a little bit. Lamet was okay in terms of, I guess, when we got him, but still not amazing. Just looking at the rest of the bullpen, yeah, we're going to have to address that. I mean, Davinsky, I think he's a free agent. We'll try to maybe offer him a contract because he had a pretty solid season. Melance was pretty good. And then Noah Ramirez is our closer, 35 saves. Not too bad, but yeah, obviously we did not make the postseason. Dodgers won 107 games. That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to overcome in our division. But, we have a lot of moves to make. We have an offseason. Let's just see who wins the World Series and get on to that offseason. It's going to be the Angels beating the Brewers in the 2022 World Series. So with that being wrapped up, now it's on to the offseason. Right, so obviously we got arbitration. We got tenure of the contracts to do. I don't know how much money we're going to end up having, but we might be able to sign a few decent players in this free agency. Maybe we'll have to make a trade or two, and I'm totally fine with that because we do have some decent young guys on the roster, so maybe we can muster up something there. So let me do this arbitration and turn into the contracts, and I'll see you guys at free agency. Free agency, we're going to have about $20 million to spend, so honestly, we're just going to try to sign, as many people as we can. We're going to have some trades also to potentially make, so let's see what's out there in free agency that we can end up obtaining to make this team better. Alright, so our first big signing, and maybe our only big signing, is going to be Nathan Avaldi. So we're going to add him to the rotation, so that's going to be pretty decent for us, so I'm happy with that. Alright guys, so I want to upgrade my shortstop position, so I'm going to do this trade with the Rangers. Like I said, Corey Seager, Kohei Arihara, get another pitcher, and Joe Barlow for the bullpen. For Mark Melanson, who's starting to regress, Kendrick Hernandez, who's a top first base prospect, and then we've got Pavin Smith as well, who's kind of just a throw-in. So that is going to be the next trade that we make. So welcome to the team. So this last trade I'm going to make with the Mets is going to be Nick Ahmed, JB Bukauskas, and then Tommy Henry for Eduardo Escobar from the Mets. So he's probably going to be our starting third baseman, which will move Josh Rojas to either a DH/platoon guy. So I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, Eduardo Escobar, welcome to the team. The second season, this is the team we're fielding. So we got Marte, we got Nimmo, who we picked up in free agency, Corey Seager, Schwarber, Seth Beers going to be our DH, and then we got Garrett Cooper, Eduardo Escobar, Dalton Varsho, and then Carson Kelly behind the plate. I did sign Enrique Hernandez as well. I'm not sure why he's not starting in center field, but I guess because he doesn't hit righties that well, which is probably why he'll start against lefties, which I'm fine with, I guess. Because Dalton's just not very good last season, so maybe he'll improve, who knows. But either way, got Del Castillo, got Buddy Kennedy now at third, up here as well off the bench. McCarthy, Wilmer Defoe, Geraldo Perdomo. We got Rojas off the bench. I mean, there's some pretty solid players. I definitely think we improved. There's still definitely room for improvement. As for the starting rotation, Zach Allen, Nathan Avaldi, Robbie Ray, Madison Bumgarner, Luke Weaver, pretty solid for the most part. Lamette's in the bullpen with Smith. Kohei Arihara's in the bullpen. Davinsky's here. We got Caleb Barager. Humberto Castellanos is here still. Frias, Martin. We got Keelan Kellis. Oh, we picked him back up. Keelan Kellis, and he's actually in the majors, so there we go. He's going to be our closer, it seems. Wendelken, No Ramirez, Jacob Webb, and then Joe Barlow. So pretty good for the most part. I don't think I'm going to make any moves right now. I think we're just going to simulate the team as is, and if we want to make a trade at the deadline or / All-Star break, we will. But I think I'm just going to keep the team the way it is for now, and I'll see you guys once I am there. All-Star week is upon us, and we're currently sitting at 54-43, which isn't too bad, and it's actually 2.5 games up against the Dodgers and the Padres, respectively, and honestly, we're really not that far away from, 9 games back, the Rockies are. I mean, they don't have a great record, but, I mean, still, they're technically, I guess, in the hunt, theoretically. Josh Rojas dislocated his shoulder, which is kind of unfortunate, and he was doing okay for the most part. So that's a small blow there. But, that's a good thing we have Escobar, even though he's been struggling this season. But Defoe's having a good year. Nimmo's having a great season. Corey Seager, this is why we trade for Corey Seager all the time, because the guy knows how to hit the ball. Schwarber's having a bad season, so I might look to trade him. Marte's having an incredible season, so that's great to see from him. Escobar's been cold as of late. Cooper, not as good as last year. And then Varsho has been cold as well. And then Carson Kelly not having a great season behind the plate. Enrique Hernandez hasn't been too much better either. Castillo behind the plate's been pretty good. And then Jake McCarthy hasn't played too much, but I guess when he's played, he's 3 of 10, so there you go. In terms of pitching rotation, Evaldi's been pretty good again. His record, though, actually been great. It's just record is 6-8, so he probably just had a lot of run support. Zach Allen's been terrible, so I don't know what happened there. He hasn't been good this season. Robbie Ray, pretty good year for him. Bumgarner's been pretty solid. He's been cold as of late, though. And then Luke Weaver, good as the 5th man in the rotation, and 69 strikeouts. That is nice. And, Lamette's having a better season. Nelson Lamette's having a better season in the bullpen. Kohei is having a really good year. Smith is doing good. No Ramirez is doing good. Davinsky's doing good. Honestly, for the most part, the bullpen's good except for Joe Barlow. Keelan Kelly with 27 saves. He's not doing too bad, but yeah, the bullpen's pretty good for the most part except for Jacob Webb. Not Jacob Webb. Sorry, Joe Barlow. And then Zach Allen's the one that's struggling. So I'm not sure why he is, but he is. So that's slightly concerning, but I do want to see if I can get a better left fielder. I thought Kyle Schwarber would work out, but it doesn't look like it is, so I think I'm going to end up moving him, and I don't know, we might have to get a center fielder as well. I'm going to do this trade with the Braves, so 2-for-1, so Dalton Varsho and Kyle Schwarber, who aren't having great season. We're getting Mark Canha, who's having a great season, and, he's on an expiring contract, so maybe he'll be here for the rest of the season, and then we'll just let him walk if he doesn't have a great second half of the season, so I'm cool with that. And that's pretty much probably the only trade I'm going to make. And I guess Enrique Hernandez is now going to be the starting center fielder. So hopefully he can kind of pick it up in this second half of the year. So post All-Star break. So that is the only trade I'm going to make. Like I said, we're currently sitting at 54 to 43. Let's see if that's enough to, either win the division or, hopefully we can get a wild card as well. It's going to be a really, really, really tight race. So, second half of the season, we ended up going 94 and 68, and we made the postseason as a wild card team, and we're taking on the Padres. So we need to win one game against them. So we did not win our division, and it was literally by one game. And the funny thing is, too, is we had an amazing rest of the month of July. I think we won like 14, I don't know how many games, but we won a ton of games, and then we kind of started losing a bit, and then, yeah, we kind of cooled down a little bit. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way we ended up. So 94 wins. Really no powerhouses this year. It's kind of balanced, but we need to beat this Padres team so we can go to the NLDS and take on the Dodgers. But it's going to be tough. So in terms of injuries, Rojas still hurt, and then that's pretty much it. In terms of our lineups, Marcana actually had a pretty good year. Obviously, I guess when we traded him, he kind of wasn't as, he still hit like 300 for the season, but I imagine his numbers were slightly lower with us. Either way, good year from him. Rendon was really good. Seager had a good year. Marte had a great season. Escobar, I ended up extending him for 7 years, $32 million. So not a very expensive contract, and if he's not doing too great next season, we should move him. But for the most part, he's been decent. Cooper had a nice season to end off the season. Buddy Kennedy, Carson Kelly was man, and then Jake McCarthy, I guess, has ended up in center field. Enrique Hernandez ended up doing okay, so maybe it's just I don't know what happened. We had a good second half of the year, but he cooled down late. So Steve off the bench was good, and then for the most part, everyone after that was kind of just there for the ride. So Zach Allen, though, much better second half of the year, but didn't have an amazing year to, he was okay. He was definitely, in some aspects, better than last year. Better records, that's good. Avaldi, pretty good season for him. Robbie Ray ended the season cold. Luke Weaver ended the season cold. And then Madison Bumgarner. Okay, not too bad. Denilson Lamet was pretty good. Caleb Smith was good. Caleb kind of struggled a bit. Noah Ramirez was good. Davinsky was pretty solid. Joe Barlow ended up doing pretty good in the second half of the year. Jacob Webb kind of struggled a little bit in the second half of the year. And then Kim Kella, he kind of blew 10 saves, so that's not amazing. That's like 10 games we could have won. Well, I don't know about 10 games that we could have won, but either way, I mean, I'm sure one of those games, a few of those games we could have won, so that could have been the difference of us winning the division and being in the NLDS automatically versus having to play the Padres. And, well, let's see if we beat them. I don't know. Well, we did end up beating them, so it doesn't really matter. So I guess we are in the NLDS after all, which is pretty cool. So, already pretty successful. But, again, though, we don't have home field, which I guess is not too big of a deal, but here we go. Either way, Avaldi versus Buehler, Game 1, we lose 8-0. Robbie Ray versus Urias, Game 2, we win 6-4. Gallen versus May, Game 3, we lose. Can we win with Weaver on the mound? And no, we don't. We lose in 4 to the Dodgers. And, yeah, I mean, we made the postseason and got eliminated. So, step in the right direction. Definitely a much improved season. But we still have some work to do if we want to win a World Series next year. So let's just see who ends up winning the World Series and then getting on to our third and final season. And it's going to be the Braves beating the Blue Jays. I'm pretty sure the Blue Jays beat the Braves last year. No, it was the Brewers. I don't remember. Either way, Braves win the World Series this year. So let's go to the third and final season. All right, so we do have some decent players here in terms of people that we might want to keep for exclusive contracts. We're going to have some arbitration and some tendering to do. But, yeah, I'm going to have to offer some of these guys some contracts. So, this should be fun. So, we may not have a lot of money. We have to make a couple trades here. But, I'm going to do this off camera, and I'll see you guys once I have made a few moves. Alright, so we're not going to have a ton of money in free agency. So, I'm going to have to end up doing some trades. But, I'll offer, I've already offered, obviously, my exclusive guys. I might throw out a contract, but that's pretty much all I'm going to end up doing is maybe, adding, a bat or something, and then we're just going to have to do the rest through trades. So I do have some prospects that I'm going to end up trying to move because they're going to be valuable. So let's see if I can maybe sign some guys. Maybe if I could sign 1 or 2 guys, and maybe I could flip them for something that I would rather want, but Let me just see what's out there, and I'll see you guys once I have a move. Alright, so a couple things happened. I did end up losing Lamet and CJ Crone. They ended up, I'm not CJ Crone, sorry. Garrett Cooper. So I did offer CJ Crone, couldn't get him. And now I'm trying to get Brandon Belt to be our first baseman. I did sign Jacob deGrom, so that was pretty solid there. And that's pretty much the only moves I ended up making. I also did get Ryu to pitch, and then I think I also offered Drew Steckenrider, and I think he accepted the contract, so we will see once I get there. But I'm going to end up making a couple trades, though, because I'm kind of curious to see if we can add to the team. I really want a better center fielder, so... Okay, so this trade with the Dodgers really doesn't make much sense, but I'm going to do it with them. So we're going to get we're going to give up Alec Thomas, Madison Bumgarner, and Blaze Alexander, and we're going to get back Freddie Freeman, Taijuan Walker, and Craig Kimbrell. So I know I just signed Brandon Belt, but if I can get Freddie Freeman, why would I not? So thank you. All right, next trade I'm going to do here with the Marlins. We're going to give up Corbin Carroll, Brandon Belt, and Drew Ellis. We're going to get back Jesus Sanchez and Max Meyer. So Max Meyer, he's going to probably end up being in a trade because, he's top prospect going to give up a play, but that's valuable for us. All right, I'm going to do this trade with the Rangers. If I can get Suzuki and Leiter for Defoe, Greg Jones, and Max Meyer, I'm going to do this trade. So there we go. Welcome to the team, Suzuki and Leiter. So third and final season for the Diamondbacks, and I'm liking this team. We've definitely improved. There might be a couple of trades we might end up making at the All-Star week. But for now, I'm going to keep the team the way it is. So we got Suzuki, we got Nimmo, we got Freeman, we got Seager, Sanchez, Marte, Martinez. We did sign JT Martinez, Eduardo Escobar, and then Carson Kelly behind the plate. We got Enrique off the bench with Del Castillo, Buddy Kennedy, Jake McCarthy, Josh Rojas coming off the bench, Mark Hanna's coming off a nice season. We still got Sergio Alcantara, Perdomo is coming off the bench. Yeah, this team is looking pretty good. I mean, obviously this is spring training, so some of these guys won't be here, but even then, I mean, it's looking pretty filthy. Now, the rotation with DeGrom, Gallen, Avaldi, Ray, and Taijuan Walker, that's pretty good. We got Luke in the bullpen with Hyun Ryu. Leiter's going to be here, so we'll see if he's in the majors. Smith, Kohei Arihara. We don't know what we're going to do with him, but obviously we did get Steckenrider, like I said. We have Craig Kimbrell. It was able to re-sign Joe Barlow. So this team's looking pretty good. I mean, is it enough to win a World Series? Well, I guess we're going to simulate and find out. So not going to make any trades to start off the season. Plus, we are well over the budget. So even if we were to make a trade, it'd be pretty difficult to find a good one to make the money work. So I think we'll just keep the team the way it is. And if I need to make a move at the All-Star break, I will. Okay, so we're at All-Star week, and we're currently sitting at 55-40, so a half game behind the Dodgers, who are 56-40. But I am liking our team right now. Obviously, we have the top wildcard spot, but I would like to win the division if we can. But yeah, I feel like we kind of are underperforming slightly, but for the most part, we're having a pretty solid season. So let's take a look at the any injuries. We do have a couple guys injured, but they're not in the majors, so it's really not too big of a deal. And in terms of our lineups and pitcher rotation, let's take a look at that. So JD Martinez is now with the DH, and he's been a little cold for the most part, but he's trying to do his best out there. He's been good, probably doing pretty good. Brandon Nimmo's having a really good year. Freddie Freeman's on fire. It's nice to see. Corey Seager's been cold, but he's hitting 315. So he obviously was probably hitting 330 before that. Jesus Sanchez having a nice season. Marte, not as good as a year as he was having last year. He's definitely regressed a bit, but he's, I'm sure he'll pick it up in the second half of the season. Josh Rojas now playing left field, has been hot as of late, so that's cool. Seiya Suzuki is playing third base, so Suzuki, good for you, my man, playing third base. And okay, and Carson Kelly behind the plate, not doing too bad. Enrique Hernandez has been cold. Castillo's been cold, and then Eduardo Escobar's been pretty good. I don't know why he's sitting. I guess he sits against... Okay, he DHs. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But okay. It's a slightly strange setup, but I guess I kind of understand. Alright. In terms of our pitching rotation, Zach Gallen, I don't know what's going on with him. Nathan Avaldi is undefeated so far. He's having an unbelievable season. DeGrom's been amazing. Robbie Ray, could be a little bit better. And same thing with Taijuan Walker. Luke Weaver, Ryu, Jacob Webb struggling. Wendelken hasn't pitched too much. Noah Ramirez is struggling. Keelan Keller's been good when he pitches. Craig Kimball's been terrible this season. And then Drew Steckenrider's our closer right now, and he's actually done a good job. So the pitching's a little hit and miss this season. I will say that. Definitely maybe we could try to trade for a pitcher. That's the only thing I would want to do. But even then, it's like we have Jack Leiter. He just hasn't been. He's not in the majors. You know, Koei Arihara's not in the majors, and he's been terrible. So I don't know. Maybe there's a few moves we can make. And maybe I could just call up a couple people as well. So yeah, I might promote Leiter. So let's do that. Promote him to the MLB, and then I guess we'll send down. Well, I don't even know who I would want to send down, if I'm being honest. Relief pitchers. Wendelken's been good. No, Ramirez has been no good. So, do we move him down? Do we move Jacob Webb down? I don't know. Maybe we just keep him. I don't know. We'll just let the team figure it out. But I think that's all I'm going to... I really don't know if I want to make a move. I think I'm just going to ride out with this team and see what happens. So we did end up going 97-65, won the division. So we're taking on the Cardinals in the NLDS, so that's pretty cool to see from us. So I'm glad I wrote it out. And in terms of just all this stuff here, you guys can take a look. I guess Freddie Freeman led the league in RBIs. That's awesome. It's fantastic. And he won the MVP. Okay, Freddie, we see you. Good year for Freddie Freeman. Obviously won the MVP. Wow. Juan Soto is in Atlanta. Okay, interesting. And all those guys at one point were in Atlanta, in this save at least, in this theoretical world. Carson Kelly torn calf. That's unfortunate. But you know, I guess we'll just have Castillo step into place. But yeah, Rojas had a nice season. Nimbo had a nice season. Corey Seager is great. He's always great. Freddie Freeman obviously won MVP. So Jesus Sanchez a nice year. Suzuki was pretty solid. Ketel Marte, not as good of a season as he has had in his previous ones, but he did end up doing better this half of the year. End of season cold though, and then JD Martinez ended the season cold, but he was pretty decent. So honestly, we have a lot of guys that can hit the ball. Hernandez, off the bench, you know, is kind of a platoon guy, and then Eduardo Escobar. I feel like it's just tough because he had a good season. He's not an everyday guy, but he's almost every day. Suzuki. Buddy Kennedy. Okay, yeah, it's not bad. And then our rotation, Zach Allen. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Zach Allen. He just was not good. I don't understand. But it is what it is. Nate Avaldi, though, he was good. DeGrom was very good. Robbie Ray ended the season on fire, but didn't have that great of a season. Neither did Taijuan Walker. Luke Weaver ended the season a little bit better. Ryu's up here. Kimbrel was not that great. No, Ramirez was not either. Honestly, the bullpen isn't amazing. Steckenrider, though, was pretty good. I'm actually curious to see. So, what did they end up doing? They end up bringing down Leiter. Okay, he was terrible in the pros. I mean, he won a few games, but yeah, the ERA just wasn't there. Okay, so we'll just let him. I guess we'll just keep him there. I should have ended up moving him, but it's not a big deal. Either way, we're taking on the Cardinals in the NLDS. I just want to see the standings really quickly, though. Just kind of curious to see where we stand. So 97 wins, Blue Jays at 103, Angels at 103, Mariners at 101, Braves at 105. I mean, they had, looked like they had a pretty good team. So, all right, let's see if we can beat the Cardinals. So game 1 on a Thursday, Gallen versus Ohtani. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot the Cardinals got Shohei Ohtani. Okay, so we lost that one. Game 2, we win 7-5. Can we win Game 3 with DeGrom on the bump? Yes, we can. Can we win Game 4 with Robbie Ray on the bump? No, we can't. Can we win Gallen? And we lose 10-0. Wow, Zach Gallen, really, man. You really let me down. I had high hopes for you, and you let me down. 6 runs. You let me down. Kimbrel sucked, too. Holy... Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't know why we pitch terrible people. What is my manager? Well, okay. Well, I guess we got to get to the NLDS twice and that was it. So, I mean, I guess that's cool. I don't know. I mean, that's good, but that's not a World Series. So, let's see who ends up winning it. It's going to be the Cardinals beating the Angels. So, Shohei leaves the Angels, goes to the Cardinals, wins the World Series. And there you go. I guess that's going to be the end of the video. So, let's go to the full screen. So that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And let me know down in the comments below some more video description. Down in the description. Playlist down below containing other MLB Show 22 franchise content. Check out my channel for the content be TJP. So we've got ALNL, another 2 videos coming up. I don't remember what teams are going to be next, but tomorrow we're going to have a Mario Super Stars video. So be on the lookout for that. The Output Challenge. So yeah, with that being said, take care, have a great night, see you soon, and peace.